Right. So this is episode 37 of Oluswole, the podcast on the budget. I'm excited to welcome our two guests. They've already been on the podcast. Lotfi was on episode 2. Jaxson, aka JD, was on episode 3. The boys back in town.
Boys.
You know, it's how y'all doing? What's good?
Yeah,
Doing
very
good.
well, thank you. Good to
Yeah.
be back on the pod. Thanks for having us. Sorry, Jackson, I know I just spoke over you.
No, I'm doing good too. It's an honor to be back.
Yeah, I feel the same. I'm glad you had us back so soon.
Yeah. Only like 30 something episodes later, but you know,
Yeah.
we're here.
What
Um,
episode? Sorry, what episode was Jackson in again? Episode 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not episode 2. Was it?
Not
Jackson?
2, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Just after.
a bit awkward. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's kind of crazy though is that we were meant to shoot this yesterday at 2 different times, but first Lotfi flaked, then JD flaked. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Although I would say JD had a much better reason for flaking. JD, if you want to share soon. But yeah, no, I'll take this time to apologize publicly. Oluswole, my apologies. It won't happen again. Hopefully you have me on a third time. I'll be a lot more consistent. And also, let me take this time to congratulate you on all your many international successes. Congratulations.
I
Well
appreciate it.
deserved.
Yes. I would also like to pass along my congratulations. But pretty impressive stuff. Yeah, I was, as Lotfi alluded to, I was at this this thing on a rooftop in Navy Yard, which is I don't know, Timmy, if you have much experience in that part of DC, but it's a pretty cool area. It's like just south of Capitol Hill. There's a lot of really modern, cool developments there, and there's a lot of stuff that happens on rooftops of DC too, because it's it's pretty cool. Like DC, without going into too much like nerdy depth, DC has a height limit. So if you go to a rooftop of any given building, like you can see over the entire city. It's not like other cities where you could have a short building and you can't see much off of that rooftop. But so yeah, it's pretty cool. There's lots of pools and stuff, and pretty.
Did they tell you that on the B1M, Jackson?
No, but the B1M is a very good YouTube channel.
I know. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Do they do like architecture and stuff? Like what do they do?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like construction, architecture, engineering, things like that. Their recent videos on like there's this new undersea roundabout in the Faroe Islands, which sounds like a really nerdy thing to have a video on, but it's really cool. And they talk about all the like construction and engineering that went into it. Pretty cool.
It's the channel where
dope.
JD learns all his like nerdy architecture stuff.
Not all of it. But yeah.
Only a portion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a height limit in DC buildings, I might not be able to go to DC because, like, big body up in here, you know what I mean? I might be too tall for the rides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, many of your fans from all across the world wouldn't know how tall you are because they only see you on video form. Timmy is gigantic. I mean, like, I have to look up at him when we discuss.
I'd respect him anyway, but
I was going to say,
I can't dislike Timmy because he's just so towering, such a physical presence,
Well said. Well said. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny, especially because I'm the only like non-6-footer on this podcast right now. But yeah,
They didn't have to know that.
Yeah.
they did.
I wasn't going to mention it for once. I was like, let my ego slide. It's his podcast. Like, let him be happy.
But yeah, when you scrape 6 foot, your ego really blows up, doesn't it?
It really does. Especially when you get a new hairdo with curtains, your ego.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't it, Jackson?
Honestly, yeah, with the curtains.
I like it. I think it's a good look.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
it's fire. Like it's a new style. I'm rocking with
It
it.
just got long, and it like, I don't know. It's easier to go longer between haircuts if it looks like this. I feel like that's what I found. And also, I have like a cowlick here.
Is that when your hair grows in different directions?
Yeah. So if it was short, then it'd be noticeable. The only way to like deal with it is to have it be long right here. And when I combed it over to the side, it had to be short here for the style. But I don't know.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
A lot of thought went into this.
Yeah, exactly. I looked at all of my options.
Yeah. The successful project. I wasn't sure about it when you first got it, but it's grown on me.
Yeah, it takes a while.
It's grown on you.
I was gonna say that.
Ah,
Under.
that's a joke Sebastian Hujral would make. I think he
Yeah.
has made it before.
You might have.
Probably.
That's a heavy joke.
Yeah.
But speaking of him, his hair's become really long, it looks like. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
seen
yeah, he looks like Qui-Gon Jinn. If any losers out there know who that is, as a character from Star Wars. You guys wouldn't know.
Maybe some members of the audience might know.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, the audience is very big, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you laughing? That's very funny.
Yeah, I'm trying to get curtains too, but I mean, that might be like the Dead Sea parting in my head because it might be a bit hard to do, but
yeah,
I'm trying to make it work.
No, just glass half full. Come at it with a growth mindset.
For real, right?
Yeah. I don't think I have enough hair to do what you do, Jackson.
No,
Maybe in another life.
maybe.
Yeah, when I was like 11, but that ship has sailed.
How's your facial hair growth coming along? I know you're.
Yeah, honestly, quite good. Very interesting question for you to ask, but yeah, like I need to shave tomorrow because I have to shave tonight because I have work tomorrow. Well, I might keep it because it's not too long, but yeah, like it grows pretty much. I think it just doesn't really connect everywhere, but yeah.
Work in progress. We see the progression.
Tex, you still rocking the famous Oluswole goatee?
I don't know if you call it. I have some stubble right now. I don't know if you can really see it, but like my mic is covering it. But I don't know. I might let everything come in. We'll see how it goes.
Interesting. Everything is in everything here. The only place it grows.
It grows more on the sides, but it doesn't connect. So we'll see.
So what's your schedule been like, Timmy, during the week?
It's been pretty busy. So where I'm working, I probably get into office around 8:10, and then I'm in the office till about I'm there till like 7 on an average day. So then once I get home after taking the subway, it's just like I gotta make food or I gotta prepare for tomorrow and then go to bed. That's it. So my weekdays are very busy, and then weekends are chill.
Yeah, I see your B-reels, like they're always you coming home from work, it seems, and they get posted really late. So it seems like you have a pretty busy schedule, for sure.
Yeah, we're grinding out here, bro. But as are you guys. You guys are chasing that. Yeah. I mean, I'm learning a lot, so I can't complain. I feel like just being around my team, they're really supportive with regards to showing me the ropes and also giving me the license to do work and on my own. And figure things out on my own.
That's what 11 hours a day, right?
Yeah, on average. Yeah.
Impressive. I'm sure you're blowing them away, Tex.
What about you, Lotfi?
So on my first day, so I just started this week, as you guys know. So on my first day, I got in quite early at like 8:40, which is early for me. But like generally get in around 9:30. And leave at like 5:30, but sometimes I stay a bit till 6 because I'm like, maybe I want to seem like I'm productive. But I think in the kind of UK culture, it's a lot less. I feel like in the US there's a lot more like unspoken expectation that you're going to be there for long. Here the culture is very kind of set on that 9:30 to 5:30 kind of vibe. So I think it's like a cultural difference between countries in terms of work, but I mean, I'm not complaining. Like getting home at like 6:15 or 6:30 every day, quite good. Yeah. So how about you, JD?
I mean, I'm officially 9 to 5, so and I work on Capitol Hill for the I know you guys know, but for the audience, and there's a free bus that goes from Georgetown, where I'm staying, to Capitol Hill, but it gets there at like 8:15 a.m. So I just like wait around for quite a while, like before I have to go to the office. And a lot of other offices will vary their schedule based on whether Congress is in or out of session. So when like the members of Congress and like senators are there to vote and do legislative business in DC, normally people will work till 6, but I'm just 9 to 5 every day. So that's pretty cool.
That's very cool. Look at us working men. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, full time. This is like obviously my first full-time job, and I don't know, it's been pretty cool. It's
Full
just
time in what sense? Like for the whole summer, or
yeah, just 9 to 5
yeah,
every day. I started June 6th.
yeah.
I have another week.
My
Yeah.
first was at CCAD back in 2017.
Yeah.
That doesn't count though. That
Apart
doesn't
from
count
that,
though.
yeah. Apart from that,
Yeah, well, I learned a lot. Very formative experience.
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
were actually those were good.
Yeah, they were good. I'm just saying that we weren't really working
Oh
long
yeah,
hours as high schoolers, so it
Yeah.
was a legitimate, program. Um, but yeah, that's cool to hear what you guys are up to. Chasing those bands, flipping your money.
yeah.
You
The
know,
government bans. It's
Yeah.
not too
Oh,
big.
bands are bands.
True.
hey,
Yeah, and also
exactly.
UK salaries are a lot lower than US salaries. I was speaking about this to Demi actually when I saw her recently. So yeah, chasing less bands than you guys, I imagine, but bands are bands.
I wouldn't be so sure. Maybe.
Yeah, actually, I don't know about you, Jackson. Timmy,
Oh yeah,
big less
Timmy's on
bands than
another
you.
level.
Timmy could fly to London and see me right now, but he chooses not to.
Mhm.
I could.
You were the one that was
Okay.
going to come to New York.
Yeah, yeah, that was sad.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, because of
Yeah.
not me.
It's okay.
No, it would have been
Timmy,
fun.
Bella, and I had fun.
Yeah, Bella replaced me on the trip.
Mhm.
Must have been fun. How was it?
Very good. I mean, Timmy just like went there for the day. You didn't even spend the night. And technically, I didn't spend the night in the city either. So my roommate Henry lives in New Jersey, but like close enough to New York City to where I can like stay there with him. And there's a bus, so that's what I did. I thought it was really cool. I really enjoy every time I go to New York because I feel like there's a lot to do. I like just doing random stuff around the city. Um, yeah, that's basically
Yeah.
what we did. We went to the financial district. It's a cool
Yeah,
place.
Sure.
I saw on the stories. I was like, that could be me. But it must have been nice to see Bella because you guys haven't seen her in time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was cool.
cheeky
Yeah,
AD
that was fun.
reunion.
Went to
Mhm.
Chinatown as well, had some tea. Yeah, it
Mhm.
was just fun, like roaming NYC. Like in New York, you really rock. So like, it was just fun doing
Well
that.
said. Was that Shakespeare that you just quoted?
No, it was Playboy Cardi. But what's the difference, right?
Same
So
Yeah,
person.
well said. No, next summer, next November, next winter, I'm literally down. It's like £300 a ticket.
Mhm.
I'm paid enough to cover that. So
Oh,
let's do it. 1 week in New York.
yeah, wow. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can go whenever. I, I mean, I have basically for this past New York trip, I had a bus ticket coming back. I take the bus every time because it's the cheapest way to get there.
How
It's
long
not
does it take?
like
6 hours.
5.5 hours. It's not the
Yeah.
best experience, but at least I get to New York.
And you were with your roommate, right? So
No, actually, he was already in New Jersey. He's doing a remote internship with the Federal Reserve from his.
oh,
Yeah.
can you tell him to
Wow.
tell them to stop raising interest rates, please?
I don't know if they have a choice. But he's working for the Atlanta one. But anyway, he was already in New Jersey. So I had a bus ticket coming back, but he decided he wanted to drive to DC. So I just like went with him in his car. So I have a ticket that I can use whenever. And it's not expensive even if I didn't. So I'll go to New York whenever. Just have to let me know.
Yeah. I think I have my reading week, which is what we call like a half term in like early November. So early November, what are we saying? We'll see.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean, I'm in the area regardless. So if you come over a weekend, early November, I mean, I should be able to pull up
Thing
for
is,
a day
like,
or something like that.
I think from my perspective, a weekend, it's like if I'm going to pay like £350, like you'd want to maximize your time there. So like at least a week, but like next summer for sure, definitely,
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
hopefully, unless you guys
It's just
flake again.
just that during school, like you can't just take a random week in New York. You know what I mean? So it's just
Yeah,
if our schedules don't align during the school year,
yeah,
like we
no,
can
of
just do it
course.
over the summer.
You guys
Yeah.
not have a half term type thing?
We do, but our breaks, at least my breaks are short. Like they're very
Yeah, I have a day, like basically they make it a long weekend and that's in October. And then we have Thanksgiving, which is like a little bit longer of a weekend, but there's no full week for
yeah,
us. Yeah.
Right.
But
same here.
summer will work. I want to try to stay in DC over next summer too. So
I want to come to DC as well. If you'll have me, Jackson, show me around,
yeah,
take me to a nice rooftop party or two.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
see if the height limit constrains my massive stature.
well, yeah, you're very, very, very tall. But yeah, actually, I'm staying in Village A at Georgetown. That's what it's called. And there's a bunch of like parties and stuff that happen on the roof because there's a really good view of the river
Showed
and
me.
Wild.
and Virginia across the river. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's
There's
really
the-
pretty. I was there. I was with JD in Georgetown for a weekend, and yeah, we went to Village A. You know,
Oh yeah.
rolled some functions. You know,
There's
it was
there's not much
crazy.
happening right now. Because of the summer. There's a bunch of high schoolers on campus actually because they're doing like high school programs. I don't know. Yeah, do you see a bunch of high schoolers on campus at Penn?
It's
Probably.
literally the exact same thing. In
Yeah.
fact, the program that I did when I was in high school at Penn, I have a friend who's leading that program, and I'm seeing those kids like walking around the area. So it's
Mhm.
just so weird seeing them. I'm like, I was like you 3 years ago. It's just crazy, but
Yeah. Look how far we've come.
Yeah.
for real.
And in 1 year, we're gonna no, but in 2 years, we're gonna look at any uni students and be like, that was us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
me, in like what 10 months, I would have graduated.
This was kind of insane for people who go to the UK who didn't do a placement year and who joined during the pandemic.
In
It's
COVID,
just like
yeah.
it's just
weird.
you get 2 years and then
Very
that's it.
strange. Yeah. And so the second year felt like first year, it went by very fast. And now it's just like you got like six months of teaching left, a bit less extra fun. And like hopefully the last year will be really fun as well, but very short experience for sure.
What are some of the highlight
Yeah.
moments you guys have had so far? Like as Lotfi, Lotfi being in London at King's College, JD being, at Georgetown in DC. Like, what are some crazy experiences you've had?
JD, you can start by telling us all about Village A and the wild parties you
No,
go to.
I don't know. That's actually a hard question. I feel like I like Georgetown a lot. But I feel like some of my favorite experiences over the semesters have been like traveling places, going to New York, going to Canada, going back to the UAE over the winter. But I mean, like,
That was fun.
yeah, I mean, those are some of the best experiences I've ever had. And I don't know, nothing really stands out from being on campus. So, like, it's generally very nice. The campus is really pretty. It's on a bunch of like architecture lists and stuff, so it's nice that it looks cool. And I feel like I have some good friends here, but it's just, going and seeing the places around here are really nice too. And I like the city. I think also working on Capitol Hill is pretty cool, like a unique experience.
Yeah, very unique, I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially during the semester, because during the summer, a bunch of people from around the country can apply to internships there. But it was cool to work during the semester. It was hard to balance with class, admittedly, but I like it. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you, Lotfi?
Yeah, no, I think I would say more or less the same as JD. Like everyone's been super nice, like made very great friends. I think being in London is very vibey. Like it's a very nice city to live in, especially as a bachelor. Like our campuses are really nice. If I had to pick one highlight, like maybe I guess the Law Ball is really fun. It's at the V&A Museum, which is like a really nice, fancy museum in London. Just very cool. But yeah, law students, very kind people. Who would have thought? But yeah, it's been fun so far, especially since we didn't get a first year. Like going into second year, I think naturally you're like, oh, am I going to meet people? What's the vibe going to be like? So we just like have our whole first year off, but it's gone really well so far. Kind of sad that it's over next year, but
yeah,
at least I'll start raking in bands. Come to New York every year.
Mm-hmm.
For real, man.
Mm-hmm.
Big baller Lotfi in the building.
Yeah, that's the dream. How about you, Tex? I don't think because you're the host, you get to skirt these questions.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, it's in the same kind of realm as what you guys have said. I feel like for college has probably been everything I expected it to be, which is a good thing. And I was just really looking forward to meeting a wider range of people because we have been in the same environment for a long time. So I was just looking forward to seeing what else was out there. And I feel like it was just nice, being in a 6-person suite last year. That episode just dropped last week, so this is the episode after that episode, and just meeting all those guys and like their friends and becoming friends with them is it's just a good feeling being around people who are, who are cool and, are willing to help you out if you need help. And yeah, it's just the vibes, unspoken
Very deep,
vibes.
very wise.
Yeah, I was wondering like what your like retrospective like I don't know feeling on living with that many people is now that you did it for like all year. Because that seems like quite a bit, you know.
Yeah, that's a great question. Every time I told someone last year that I'm living in a six, people were like, "Whoa, that's a lot of people. Whoa, I couldn't do that." But honestly, if we were sharing rooms, that would have been wraps. But we had individual rooms and we had two bathrooms. Like JD has been to our suite, right? He stayed there. Um, so you have your own individual space. And I like the fact, and the thing is, we all have different schedules. So when you get home, it might be 2 out of 6 people there or 3 out of 6. So it's constantly changing. Even getting us all in the same room at the same time to do that podcast was kind of difficult. So you have flexibility. If you want people to be there, you'll see a few, but it won't be too many. At the same time, on the flip side, it's never too quiet. So yeah, it's just a nice balance. I just like seeing people around.
Mm-hmm.
Win-win.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, so do you not, Lotfi, do you not live with anyone, or like what's the roommate situation like?
So I live with two people, two friends of mine from King's. So like at UK unis, you just live on campus for the first year, so in halls. But for me, like I lived in that for like a month and a half because then I went back to the dabs and then we got red listed, so I couldn't go back. But yeah, now this, which is nice. I live in quite a nice area in London, and they're both quite nice. So yeah, good vibes. JD,
Yeah, I mean,
Henry,
yeah,
now Magic Man.
I'll be in another Ville A apartment in the fall, so in 3 weeks.
Is Ville A the place with the wild rooftop parties?
Yeah, and that's where I am right now.
Okay.
That's where I've stayed during the summer. But during the summer, I was just with my friend Abik, but he lived in the other room.
I've seen him on your stories quite a lot as well.
We each had our own room, which was nice. And it's like a whole apartment, so kitchen, living room, and stuff. It's still on campus. But for the fall, we'll have 4 people in the apartment, so 2 per room, which is not terrible. Like it's like quite a bit of space, but I'll be with someone in the room. And then Henry and his friend Ben will be in the other room. Yeah.
Very
That's
cool.
nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. Lotfi, are you keeping the same living arrangement next year, or what's that looking like?
It's complicated so far, actually, because I want to move in with a few friends who I met this year at law. But like finding places in central London is very difficult. So yeah, I'm genuinely like trying to procrastinate thinking about it because I know if I like sit down and think about it, it's just going to be stress. So right now, just like living life, cruising along, and we'll see. Like not to get too deep or philosophical, but I tend to believe like at the end everything will work out like it's supposed to. So just like go with the flows, like wherever I end up is, I'm sure, is like where I'm meant to be, and things will end up well. Some deep philosophy, wisdom for you guys.
No,
To enlighten your viewers. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were saying the shallow end. I didn't know I needed to show these for how deep this conversation got.
I think like that has been like more or less my life experience. Just like even if there are like difficult times, like still always ends up where it's supposed to be. So yeah, optimism.
I was actually on a work call and there's a guest speaker and he said that, hopefully I don't get this wrong, but he said that nothing is as bad as it seems and nothing else is as good as it seems, which is just like, I don't know, maybe that's a bit kind of a nihilistic way of looking at life, but it's just saying that like things in life are very passing, and it's just like if you're going through a bad time, it's going to end at some point as long as you're alive, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
progressing.
I once heard someone say, like, if you're not going to care about it in 5 years time, why care about it now? Which I think is like pretty fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, career wise, I feel like we and a lot of the people that we're friends with have pretty good educational background and good experiences. I feel like, you know, honestly, anyone's fine regardless. There's a lot of opportunities beholden to you know, a large group of people, but you know, going to Brighton was very helpful in getting to the places that we are now, and then places that we are at now. I feel like we can do a lot of big things.
Yeah, very grateful for that. You know, I don't know if I told you guys, I went to Brighton recently, like a few weeks ago when I was in the depths. I went with Nat, actually. Me and Natalie went. She dragged me along. I didn't want to go. She's like, come. And I was like, you know what, fine. But yeah, it was quite good.
I wanted to visit. You know, I wanted to visit in the winter, but they because of Omicron, they had closed. I was really annoyed. But
yeah, they're open again now, and they take visitors. So
yeah,
that's good. Next winter, JD.
I don't know. I was thinking about this. Like the last one only worked out because so many things aligned. Like so George was there, and so I could stay with George. I can't go there and like spend money on accommodation because that'd be ridiculous.
You can stay with me.
Yeah, I mean, it could probably work out. It's a lot.
I'm so excited about that, Jaxson.
No, I will. I just you know, I knew George's schedule and like when he was going to be there and going back. I had to coordinate that with him. So it's a lot of like logistical stuff regardless. And it's expensive to get there.
I can imagine.
From this far away. So like the thing is like my family's not there. So the only reason I'd go is just to see friends and like basically for fun. It's not out of necessity. And I do really want to go. It's just a lot to keep in mind.
Yeah, I get that. And like even if you don't, like we'll meet in New York next year.
Yeah, hopefully.
If you guys don't like
I was just saying, like, it's just crazy that JD and I haven't been back to high school since we got Budu batted out of the school in March 2020 because of the pandemic. Like it's like so many things left unresolved, you know. Just
I know. I was thinking about that. Like on the last day before our like 4-week spring break in March 2020, I was like, you know, this could be the last time I'm in here. I was like, no, that's stupid. You know, we're definitely coming back. But it was crazy that we all had our like last day of school without knowing about it. And I don't know. There's so many teachers I want to see if they're still there. That's the other thing I'm worried about is like, you know, teachers leaving, people leaving.
A lot of them are leaving like this year. So me and Nat went on the penultimate day. And I'm glad I caught a few teachers before they leave permanently. So that was nice.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I don't want to start like broadcasting their names on like online. I don't know if that violates Oluswole HR standards or something. But I'll tell you guys privately afterwards. And if anyone's interested, just like shout me privately.
Say that for off the record, man. That's off the record information.
Yeah, you need like Oluswole Plus or something. Then you can.
Pay an extra $2.99 a month.
Yeah. Premium membership, bro. But yeah, I mean,
is all the rage these days. So just go.
Yeah, it is like Twitch, Aiden Ross, all them like making it bag. So for the rest of summer, like, what does that look like for you guys? Like, what are your plans for the remainder? We're filming this on July 31st before a big day. So just like, what's your plan for the rest of the summer?
Oh my God, yeah. The big day, yeah. I mean, the big day is like a lot closer for me than for you.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. I'll celebrate by myself when it hits midnight.
Appreciate it, bro.
You're welcome. But yeah, JD, you can start with the summer plans.
Oh yeah. Well, so my internship ends in a week. So
really?
Yeah, and it'll be a pretty quiet week because we're out of session. So basically, I mean, Congress.
You and your fellow congressman?
Yeah, well, all the members of Congress are in their own districts, so they're not in DC for.
Is that like doing primaries and whatnot?
Yeah, it's just a district work period and August recess, so they'll do a bunch of stuff where they actually live, the areas they represent for all of August. So it'll be a chill week, seems like, and then I'm going to Texas for 2 weeks. It's actually really annoying because my summer housing at Georgetown ends in a week. That's why my internship does. And the semester housing starts on like August 21st. And in that gap, they don't they have transition housing, but it costs quite a bit. It was cheaper just to go back to Texas. So So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to Texas for 2 weeks, and then I'll be back for the fall.
Just as a question though, where will you put your stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the big question this week because that's easily the most annoying part. I have a few people that I know here that are seniors, and seniors get their own houses. They don't have to live on campus. So they've already started their leases in like the Georgetown neighborhood, not on campus. So there's a potential for me to be able to put some of my stuff in like a corner of their houses. Which is basically my only option. I only have a week to sort it out, so I have to figure that out.
I was gonna say like that would be because like we stored quite a few things for like friends at our house here. So I think it's like probably a very common thing because people will be away from the summer and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you,
If
Lotfi?
not, I'm sure there are like companies who do. I mean, I know in the UK there are companies who do like storage, like you pay them a certain amount and they store your stuff for like a month or so.
Yeah, I'd rather not pay.
Yeah,
But I guess
the
I have that
government bans.
No.
Treasury bills.
Yeah. I just got back from Algeria around a week and a half ago, and then 2 weeks before that I was in Abu Dhabi, and then a few days ago I was in Bath for Jaxson's graduation, and then I just started internship this week. So I've got 3 weeks left of that, and then the day after the internship ends, I'm going back to Algeria for a week, then going back to Abu Dhabi for a few weeks, then I'm going to be back in London in like mid-September, because we start around a month after you guys, so it's a cheeky extra holiday time. So yeah, excited for that. It's weird because I think this year more than any other year, our family had very conflicting schedules, because obviously like my dad can't get off work as much as we can, and then Jaxson had to graduate, I had to do this big jumble, but yeah,
that just comes with getting older. People are having their own schedules, so now they're conflicting a little bit.
Yeah, it's scary because this is like Jaxson's last like summer before he starts work, after which he's going to have like 25 days plus bank holiday. So it's a weird one. I feel like this is like when I feel we're getting old.
We're only getting older, baby. What were you?
Wait. Well, I was gonna ask, like, where's that what's that reference?
One Direction, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Oh, I don't know the song, bro.
Come on,
Not a One Directioner.
Because Timmy's not British.
Oh yeah, and I am. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. I mean, with your curtains, if you told me you were from Manchester, I'd
honestly,
believe
yeah. That was the goal.
Honestly,
yeah.
JD got like that really short UK fade on the sides with that as well, and like he would really complete the look.
Thing. Yeah,
skin
you
fade.
Just got a chain on or something.
Yeah.
Got some Adidas joggers.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or Nike, I think both would work. You guys have such nice lighting. Especially you, Jaxson. Your lighting is just beautiful.
I'm kind of backlit
to get dark here, so sorry.
I'm kind of backlit, but
although like theoretically you are, but practically it still looks great, which is weird.
Thank you. Well, I'm getting some front light through here too, though. So
yeah, there you go. I think I might need to switch on the light soon.
Maybe.
Well, you can turn it on now if you want to.
Yeah,
you're allowed.
Yeah. So as the host, Timmy, thank you for allowing me to go do that now.
We grant you permission.
The only thing is, like, I'm scared about what the lighting will look like now. Is this fine?
It looks better.
Yeah, it's good.
It looks better.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Timmy, it appears you dodged the question about what you're doing for the rest of your summer.
Skillfully.
I ain't running from anything, dog, bro. Like, I did not dodge that question. I was just letting the conversation flow. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I think it's because Timmy's doing nothing because he's just working for the whole summer, right?
No, this is the most I've worked in the summer for sure. By far. Like, I'd be so tired when I get home on Fridays. Like, I don't feel like going out. I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
But for the rest of the summer, so we said this is July 31st. Like JD, my last week is this week. And like JD said, I think this week will be the most chill week because I've already done my final project, which was last week. Now it's just going to be more of a relaxed kind of week. And then after that, I'm going to be I'm going to see family in Maryland. So I'll be there for about 2 weeks. And then I'm going to be in a pre-orientation program for this program I did as a freshman called STEP, which is an acronym. And that's how I met 4 of my 5 roommates. So I'm gonna have to come to campus early because I'm gonna be a mentor again this year. So I'm gonna come back to Philly around like the 18th or so and do that program. Then I'm gonna go to class on the 30th. So yeah,
On the
That's
30th?
fun.
Yeah, you're that's not that far from DC then to me.
yeah. I mean, I won't be pulling up to DC to be honest
No,
because
no.
it's just like, yeah. I mean, I've already been there
I mean, it's
recently.
far. It's just
Yeah,
I was very direct. He's like,
yeah. Well,
no,
no, I
I'm not
mean,
seeing you.
yeah. Because I'm
I
more than
won't be
taking
here.
the. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I won't be here anyway, right? That's you'll
Oh
be
Oh,
yeah,
here
you'll be
like
in
after you.
Texas. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
yeah. So yeah, I'm not even taking the train into DC. I'm taking the train into New Carrollton, and then going from New
Mm.
Carrollton to Bowie.
Yeah,
So
we
yeah,
love New Carrollton.
indeed we do. I want to go back. I want to take it. I want to take it down memory lane. Like as you can see, I did not prepare much for this podcast. I just wanted to really experiment with this new style and like just see how it goes. But
Yeah.
I want to take it down memory lane. You know, like Millie Rock a few years back into time.
Hmm.
Uh, circa 2018, I think 2018, 2019. We are all running for head boy. Obviously, two of us lost. One of us won.
Hmm.
Tell me how you
Yeah.
felt about that process in general and like the kind of camaraderie we had and like how that went.
Yeah. So winning was obviously great. No, I'm joking. You didn't specify who. I was like, let me take this time to shine on stage to people who don't know me. They'll be like, it's him. He won.
Mm.
Yeah. So Jackson, I think this question is targeted towards you.
I don't know
It could
the
be any.
process. Uh, yeah, I mean, it was a it was a cool process because of like the range of things that we had to do. Um, I don't know what the process is like now, but having to give a
Probably the
speech.
same.
Yeah, probably. Having to give a speech, like interview. Feel like there was some other stuff that I forgot, but I think it was fun going through it all. And like I don't know, it was like friendly competition, which I really appreciated. But
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, I don't care about the process at all. For me, like because of the people running. That was fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah. I mean, I think like
That
I think we kind of knew Jackson that you were, sculpted for the head boy role, which is a compliment because I think you deserved it. So like I felt in my mind the competition was more a race for deputy head boy between the two of us, Tex and Salah. So that was fun.
But yeah, the
yes,
race for head girl was a lot more competitive, it seems, or there were a lot more contenders. So
You know what's crazy? I bumped into Rosanna yesterday.
oh,
oh wow,
Yeah, I was with my mum and Yasin in Leicester Square, and we were just walking down the street. I just hear someone behind me like Lotfi, and I just turn around. I'm like, Zan, crazy, small world.
yeah.
man, yes,
I
How
have to
many
text her to
people
go
from
out.
Brighton are in London right now?
From our year, I think 4, including me. So yeah, I don't know if they want to be name dropped.
No, no,
You guys know who they are.
yeah.
yeah.
But like, are they there during the semester or just?
No, so they're like me and uh
Uh-huh.
If it's
I think I'm
nothing, if it's
I think I'm
nothing,
overthinking this too much.
if it's nothing bad you're saying about them, like I think you can say their names.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted the go ahead from Timmy because yeah. So me and Mariam go to King's, and then Awo and Razan go to LSE. I think that's pretty much it. Adrian goes to UCL. I ran into him at Sainsbury's, like my local Sainsbury's, because him and I live in the same area. So I was just walking. She's like Lotfi, and I was like, whoa, he's so tall now. So
Totally
yeah,
makes
probably
sense.
those 5 that I know of that I can think of. Hamish goes to Imperial,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen him sadly. I saw him in December when I landed from Algeria, and like 10 minutes after you and George and Seb and Hamish came and picked me up. And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That
yeah,
was fun.
that was fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
Good
that's a
times.
spontaneity
vibe.
is the best.
Yeah, I didn't get to see bro, but I'm sure he's having a good time. So yeah, if I'm in London at some point in time, like we gotta
Mm,
link.
Yeah.
That's
I
actually
wanted to go.
something
Mhm.
I was actually saying, kind of what you're saying, JD. Like it'd be so cool if we went to the UK, given
Yeah.
the people that we know there. Like it would have been kind of cool.
I wanted to go in August actually in the 2 weeks, the 2 weeks of dead time.
yeah.
I thought it would have been a cool opportunity, but the flight prices were ridiculous a few months ago. a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I think
only until recently they've been going down because of the price of oil, but yeah, it was crazy. So
yeah. Did you like sign a bill into law when you were at Congress to get the fuel price?
I could. I don't actually do a lot of legislative stuff. I mean, I have interaction with bills, but a lot of the stuff I do is communications related. Like I'm like the liaison between constituent and congressman. So like phone calls and mail and stuff. But yeah, a lot of the stuff I do is comms related. But
that was fun.
I'll work on that bill.
Yeah, please do. I mean, yeah, everything's being very expensive these days.
Yeah, inflation going dummy. As far as seeing record high rate hikes, I mean, it's crazy.
Inflation is going dummy.
Yeah, I think for the big thing I think we felt here is rent prices in central London have like really skyrocketed, especially since like, you know, most people here would have started searching in my cohort around the pandemic time where they're like relatively low. Now it's just everywhere's like very, very pricey.
I'm saying, yeah, it's crazy. It's just this whole inflation thing is international, and you're seeing it with like the restriction of, you know, oil supply, and I know countries are looking at newer places to get oil from, which I'm not going to delve into because it's going on the internet.
I'd love to stay apolitical on the pod. I was like,
yeah, I do. Yeah, I did say that in the episode with Kareem and Arsh 18. I said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love how you remember the numbers off by that's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, I spent a lot of time with each episode because it doesn't. I mean, just it's hard for me to be consistent during the school year, even though I want to be, because just to do one podcast episode takes so much time, from like doing the notes and then recording and then getting the equipment to record and then returning it back and then editing and then promoting it. It's a lot, but it's fun.
Yeah, you've the quality of production seems to have stepped up quite a bit since the early days. You know, noting those like those in-person ones, fancy looking kind of studio environment.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That was actually Oluswole Studios. That's actually on the 7th floor at my residential building that I lived in last year. JD was there for a few days, 2 semesters ago, and yeah, I was looking for a nicer place that had better lighting, and it was better than just a green backdrop that I had previously. And I went to that place, you know, and I saw, you know, the lighting, and I thought it had a nice backdrop of Drexel and Penn, and it just looked like a nice place. So I was just like, you know, we can set up Oluswole Studios here, and yeah, people liked it. So
yeah, hopefully next summer we do one of these in person.
That'd be cool.
That would go up. That would go up, man. Like we have to do that.
I was gonna say, now that me and JD are on the pod, viewership is about to skyrocket. So congratulations,
especially with Lotfi on the pod.
Well said,
Lotfi and all his fans, bro.
That's your episode 2.
Yeah. Well said. Have I overtaken Dami yet? I'm so sorry, by the way, for like being half concentrated. Yasin just texted me that he's gonna come to my house, pick something up.
Now you good. Do what you got to do. But you guys are pretty close. I think as of right now, so July 31st, I think Dami's on 207 on YouTube and you're on like 202 or something like that. It's like 5 views. It's a very close race. It's like PewDiePie and T-Series or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah.
A live view tracker.
I'm so sorry. I completely blanked out. Could you say that again?
What I was saying was, on YouTube, as of July 31st, I think Dami's on 207 on YouTube, and then you're on 202 for your episode.
Ooh.
So it's close.
Ooh. I was gonna go watch it 5 times tonight. Be like, take that, Dealy.
You could.
Yeah, just like spam, refresh. But I mean, I think she has a bit of like a benefit from being the first. It's my excuse.
Yeah. It's true.
Hopefully, yeah. Sorry, I was going to say, JD, with our combined power, will skyrocket into first place.
Perhaps.
Especially with you and your fans that you would have partied with at Ville A.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I should post the QR code of this episode around my work.
Around Capitol Hill, yeah. Bernie Sanders will watch it, I'm sure.
He would. He would.
I'm once again asking you to listen to Oluswole. That's what he would say.
That's what he would say. See?
When it comes to numbers for this podcast, right? I enjoy podcasting regardless of how many views I get. I know I'm a small podcaster.
Yeah. I'm so
Um,
sorry to interrupt. I just need to quickly
Yeah.
hop off and give Jaxson something. I will be back in like 2 minutes. I'm back. Timmy, please allow me to apologize in public for that. I was not expecting him to come so soon, but yeah, tried to give him a few things.
Okay.
I also got
No
a glass.
worries.
Been talking a lot.
Is it half glass full or half glass empty?
You know, I was actually thinking about that question recently, and just like about like how I really don't like the question. I just think it's a very silly saying. My personal opinion.
Wait, what is?
No, Lotfi said he came back with a glass of water. I said, was the glass half full or glass half
half
empty?
full, yeah.
I mean, if I had to choose, half full, but yeah.
But it's about
But
the
you guys-
motion. It's about the direction of movement, right? Because if you're drinking it, then like half empty makes sense. Because
I
you're
need to go for
emptying,
another hiatus.
you're emptying the cup. Wait, when are we going back? When are we like?
Oh, I think we're back on now. We're back
Okay.
on
Oh.
now. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
did we stop the call?
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
We just kept it rolling. We just kept it rolling. But I'm gonna edit out the part where you were gone.
I
For a
think it's
bit.
fine if this stays. I think all of this should stay. It'll be natural. Give people a look behind the scenes.
No, I'm keeping the part from when you came back, but I'm editing out the part when you left.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying I think you could keep the part where I left. No.
It'll be awkward. It was like 1 minute of like JD and I checking our phones. Like
Mhm.
no one wants to see that.
This podcast falls apart without me. Yeah.
For real, bro.
Okay. Are we back?
Cornerstone. Yeah, we've been back. Like
Okay.
yeah, we're recording.
Okay, good.
All right.
I think this should stay in the final product. It'll make people laugh.
Yeah, we'll keep this part from when you came back. Okay, let's just move beyond this. I'll deal with this as the
Okay.
useful editor.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Good idea.
What were we talking about originally? Like before Lotfi
No
left?
idea.
I think I was talking
Um,
about something.
Cost of living. Oh, how the viewership will skyrocket with me and JD.
Oh yeah, I was just giving my spiel. I was just saying that, I'm a small podcaster. I know that, but I podcast because it's fun. So I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not obsessed with the views, but I do want to see them grow.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's just what?
I said I am when you said you're not obsessed with the
Yeah.
views.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know
Truly.
that.
I already know.
Yeah.
No, it's just if a podcast episode is ready at 2 a.m., I'm not going to drop it then. You know what I mean? Because I want to drop when people are going to listen. So I take that into consideration. But however many views an episode gets, and we keep moving. So yeah.
Yeah. What do you think like the next steps for Oluswole are then in terms of growth and expansion?
Yeah, definitely trying to mix my episodes up a little bit more. Try to get a mix of different ages and mix of different backgrounds. Maybe have multiple person episodes with two people from different backgrounds, like who don't even know each other, and like try to merge that together. Maybe that's a bit ambitious, but like we'll see.
Mhm.
Yeah, just trying to like diversify and like not get too comfortable, because once I get into a rhythm, it's easy to just keep putting out the same kind of content. But if I try to make myself uncomfortable, maybe reach out to someone who might say no. You know what I mean? If I ask them to come on my podcast,
Like the president.
be
or something.
uncomfortable. Huh?
Like the president or something. Someone who
Yeah,
might
like the
say
president,
no.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say you could interview like Penn faculty. I don't know if that's on the table, but like maybe a professor or something.
Yeah, I was thinking that I have two in mind who I'm interested in potentially asking if I do that. So yeah, I think even Yasin was talking about interviewing some people who are like older when
Yasin
we were
by
there in Abu
Yasin?
Dhabi. Who else is? But yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah. For the audience members, Yasin is my older brother. But yeah, I think he'd be interested in doing that. I was actually, because I told him I was doing the pod tonight, even though he clearly didn't care because he just came halfway through. But I feel like he would be interested, yeah, for sure. I think most people would say yes.
Yeah.
It is always
Yeah.
after all.
For sure, man. Speaking of Oluswole, we want to go into the Oluswole Bowl. That's part of the podcast where you ask you some off the cuff questions.
Have you prepared them, or you're just gonna wing it?
I wrote them down.
They're
That's
the
actually
only
not
thing.
for us, not for
That's
him.
literally the only thing. Oh, sorry.
Oh, they're off the cuff for us, not for Timmy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Although it can't be as bad as the first one I did, where you exposed some of my deepest, darkest secrets. If
Expose
you
him.
remember. I'm sure you remember specifically what I'm talking about. But yeah,
I remember.
I wasn't
I
embarrassing
remember.
at all. Yeah,
Yeah, but we had to keep it in for content's sake. So
of course, I understand.
Reviews. That's why it blew up.
reviews, bro.
All for the
Exactly.
views,
Mhm.
all for the
Yeah.
gram. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
We're back in like 2019. Oh yeah, that's embarrassing. Have you guys heard the like? I'm
Roxanne.
sorry, I know I'm holding up the ball, but did you guys hear about the whole Instagram controversy with the new update?
Yeah,
Jackson, enlighten me because I know you'd have watched a few videos about this.
but I mean, have you heard about it, or are you asking genuinely?
I just heard that like they kind of trying to replicate TikTok more, and people
Yeah.
are annoyed.
So I've only heard about it. I don't think I got this update, but
I didn't get it. Yeah.
the people were saying they were getting like a lot of suggested video content in their feed instead of like seeing their friends' posts. So they didn't like that. It was like destroying the whole point of Instagram. Like I don't know. That's all I know. But I mean, I think they got rid of it. I definitely still don't have it. So yeah.
I had it. I was seeing suggested videos from
Did you?
from people who I don't follow, and I
Yeah.
was like, "What is this?" I was like, "What?" And I
Mhm.
saw it said this is a suggested video at the top, and I was just thinking to myself, I didn't know this is a whole widespread problem before right now. But I was just like, that's a little goofy, bruh. I just come on IG to see
Well,
people who I
silly,
follow, and
yeah.
that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little silly.
So you can see like my one post a year or your one post a year, Timmy.
Yeah,
I think it
Or
blew up
Lotfi's-
when. Sorry, go ahead.
I saw Lotfi's nature pics that he posts on his story.
I see.
Every
Nature or foods? Take your
Yeah.
pick.
They're all
Yeah,
good
there
though.
you go.
They're all good.
I think. Thank you, Jackson. I appreciate it, even though you never comment and tell me you like them. But
Oh, well now
Yeah.
I am.
yeah, yeah, in public,
Mhm.
a video that will never be lost.
Whoa.
And
Oh yeah.
I think the controversy blew up, and like Kylie Jenner posted on her story something like "Keep Instagram." Then it became like a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah, she wasn't happy.
Huge platform. Like she can post something that gets millions of views or likes, which is
Mhm.
like crazy to see. Like
Yeah,
a
like active
non-digit-
engagement.
Yeah, like a 7-digit number for likes. Like
Mhm.
that's insane.
You should get her on all these.
Yeah, get her on the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta get her on the pod. Yeah, Kylie, she's a business mogul, so I feel like my business
Yeah.
background, we really have a lot
Have a
to
lot in common.
discuss. So
I think so
Yeah.
too.
Bring us
So-
back to the bowl, Timmy.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, the little diversion there. The only reason I
yeah.
wanted to divert is I know the bowl is usually at the end, but I'm having so much fun. I want this
Oh,
podcast to go on
Very
forever.
sweet. Very sweet.
I know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. No, I appreciate it though. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
But since we're moving back to the bowl, I'll take you guys back to the bowling alley. Maybe see if we have some strikes or some spares when it comes to these responses. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
first question is: out of the three of us, who do you think would survive the longest in a zombie apocalypse, and why?
I'm gonna say me because I'm biased and I am me. So I think that's a pretty good answer. I've been hitting the gym recently. Yeah,
Body.
get stronger.
Mhm.
Timmy used to destroy me in arm wrestles, but we had one in December, if you remember. And we were like,
I was there for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry, Jackson. Completely forgot your existence.
Yeah. Well, no, I think. I mean, there might be a different one, but I was there in Starbucks.
No, this was the one. It was Starbucks C. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. I
Mm.
just showed up, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about this obviously, but
Yeah.
maybe
me-
he's been
me or
hitting the
Timmy?
gym.
Yeah, that's
What'd you
a
say?
good answer. I said maybe me or Timmy.
Yeah, I don't know if I would. I don't work out, so
Yeah, although you look like you do, Jackson.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I didn't prepare any responses to these questions, but off the dome, right? I mean, I'm the shortest of the three, but I'm probably the quickest and probably the strongest. So it's just
Excuse me.
I'm quicker than both of y'all, for sure.
Probably.
Yeah, well,
I'm quicker than both of y'all.
we should race.
Yeah, let's race. I would challenge you.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, when I see you in like 10 months' time, maybe we'll remember. But yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In New York.
Where
Big
did
body,
this
bro.
stronger theory come from?
It's theory.
Yeah.
Theory. What are you talking about? What are we talking
Yeah.
about theories,
Do you
right?
not remember this arm wrestle where we were evenly matched?
But do you remember me being in the weight room after that?
Do I remember you being the what? Sorry?
Being in the weight room after that, moving in silence, making moves.
Yeah. Well, I've been moving in loudness in the
Now
weight room.
you did say you wanted me a few months ago when we were talking about like having you on the podcast again. You said you wanted to like talk about your progress with regards to how you've been moving in loudness. So if you want to expand on that, go
The floor
ahead.
is yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, just been on the grind recently. I haven't really worked out in a bit because like work and traveling and stuff. But I feel like with uni, I got into a pretty good regular routine of like eating better, being a bit more active. And London's a good city because you walk a lot. So that's quite good. But yeah,
Mhm.
I'm a protein shake boy now, which is quite embarrassing, but they're good. I can't lie. They're good. They do the job. They help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep my protein powder with me in the zombie apocalypse if it hits.
Mhm.
Yeah. How about
Yeah,
your
for
moving
real.
in silence, Timmy?
Oh, nothing crazy. I just been going to the gym more so, definitely a lot more now than I was in the fall semester of 2021. Uh
100% same.
yeah. So it's just, trying to be consistent, which I feel like I found some consistency because our Penn's gym is still open. I'm only 4 blocks
Okay.
away. So I just walk here and I can get there for free, obviously. So yeah, I mean, I can't complain, just trying to make progress and see where it goes.
That's good.
Second Oluswole question. Uh, what has been your most expensive mistake so far?
Ooh, that's deep.
If you want
As Jackson likes to remind me, my LG.
to. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop.
That was a joke. I fully retract that. Let me think. Um, I would say I'm quite responsible financially, and I'm not much of like a reckless spender. I don't buy much, like so. Like, yeah, no, don't. I bought some Vans recently, which were UK 9.5, but I'm a UK 10, so they're too small. Now I can't use them. I'll go for that. That's my answer. Pair of shoes too small.
My my answer is actually pretty much identical. Like I like to think I'm pretty responsible. I mean, I keep track of all my spending pretty closely, but there's a difference between sizes in a lot of stores in the UAE and here. So when I mean American sizes are bigger. So when I got here, I was just getting the same size that I was in the UAE. For like I got a bunch of stuff at one time. So a lot of that is like too big or doesn't fit right. Because I didn't keep that in mind. So I mean that was kind of a waste of money. But I'm kind of looking to sell some of it, refresh my wardrobe. But it's a project. Like I have to find a consignment place or sell them on Depop or something. I don't know if the audience has any suggestions, but I'd appreciate it.
Maybe the audience will buy from you. Like if I can
Maybe,
throw in a recommendation,
yeah.
Jackson's quite a stylish man,
I
especially
don't
as
know.
of the last 2 years or so.
Maybe I can,
Yeah.
yeah, I can take advantage of this podcast episode to sell some of my stuff.
Yeah, advertise it. Go for
Mhm.
it. Go crazy.
But
Hey
yeah, I
man,
mean that was
if
kind of a mistake to get that.
you're trying to tap in with Jackson's Depop, if he makes one, go tap in with the boy, bro. Add
Mhm.
Jackson.Dealy on IG, slide into his
Yeah.
DMs, see what's up.
No, but
Yeah.
then I got to take care of shipping and stuff. It seems like quite a big process. So I don't know. I'll see.
Mm.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Like Lotfi said, I feel like I spend pretty responsibly. I don't really blow my money on things I'm not gonna use. Um, I guess this wasn't really a mistake. Well, I guess this was a mistake, but I bought this kind of 90s R&B. I bought this long sleeve shirt from Urban Outfitters that had this like that had it. It was a TLC, the group, the R&B group. Oh, they're popular in like the 90s or so. They're really famous. But yeah, I bought a shirt with them on it, and I bought it last year in 2021, and I was ironing it, but I was ironing over a wooden surface, and I got a wooden stain on it, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy." So I just had to go buy another one at a later point when I actually had money to spend because I really like that shirt. So, but
I was
yeah, it
going to
didn't
say
cost a
that's
lot.
commitment. If you went back and bought the same one, you must really like this shirt.
Yeah, I did. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. And then last but not least, what's your guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
Sugar. I feel like since I kind of started my weight loss journey, as it were, I've really tried to like reduce anything with added and refined sugars. I don't have sugar much anymore, but every now and then I will indulge in something sweet. Definitely say that's my guilty pleasure. I mean, it's weird because I used to have like 100 grams of sugar a day, which is like what your average American has as well. So, and that is statistical between 80 and 120 for anyone who wants to fact check me on that. So, yeah, I think sugar is a pretty good answer for me, like specifically for my experiences in the last year or so.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, I do kind of sound like I'm copying Lotfi again, but I'd say maybe like caffeine, like coffee in particular. I feel like I indulge in a lot of caffeinated beverages, especially coffee. And then I don't really like the bitterness of a lot of coffee, so that takes sugar to like make it a good drink. So it's kind of a combination of Lotfi's answer.
Wow, never had that one before, Jaxson.
I know. I don't have anything original. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably it. But that also takes a lot of money too. I'm trying to be responsible.
Yeah, I remember you were quite the Arabica customer back in the day.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I will say I miss the UAE coffee scene a lot. Because I was actually reading about this. There's not a big bar culture in a lot of places in the Middle East.
Yeah, but that's a coffee culture instead because people don't drink.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and they pay a lot of close attention to like where they source the beans and the types of coffee they make with it. But yeah, I kind of took that for granted when I was there. You don't have a lot of places like that here, and if you do, they're like crazy expensive. Not that they weren't in the UAE, but they're also more rare too. So yeah.
You know, Jaxson, there's an Arabica in London. I think there are two actually.
Yeah. It's a Japanese company. It's not.
Yeah, you told me that before. I would have expected it's Arab. Hence Arabic.
Well, Rain. I think Rain is local. I really liked Rain.
But Rain is like they don't have international chains, do they? Yeah.
I don't think they do.
We went to Rain. Remember when we were like walking around in the Corniche, it's ridiculously hot and we were like sweating.
Yeah, I saw.
Like we just showered outside. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that photo in my memories or something. Recently.
That was fun. And that would have been around 2 years ago this time. 1 year ago this time? 2 years ago this time? Two, yeah. Two.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
And you too.
Is that it for the Oluswole bowl?
Well, I was just going to get my input.
With pleasure.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I want more questions. I love the bowl.
The bowl, bro. Caffeinated beverages, like at my workplace, I drink them out of necessity just because my hours are so long, not because I'm addicted to coffee. I just need to stay awake. So it's not really an addiction or like a guilty pleasure. I think for me, it's kind of similar to what Lotfi said. Piggybacking off of what Lotfi said, or leapfrogging off of what Lotfi said. I've never really been one to be really addicted to candies or sweets, but I like stuff like pastries and cookies and stuff. So I'm walking through the supermarket and I see them and I'm just like, I'm doing double takes at them, like darting my eyes and stuff. They're staring back at me. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna buy you because I can't, I can't sacrifice these gains, So it's just pastries and sweet items are my weakest link, my Achilles heel.
You need to continue to move in silence. I'll sacrifice the gains.
Exactly.
I think that side is a bit like it's harder to control what you eat in a way when you live alone because you have like kind of the freedom to get whatever you want. But then in a way, it's easier because like every time I go back home, Like my parents always get like chocolate and stuff as in like to celebrate my return, and I'm like, guys, I don't eat this anymore. That's old me. But it's a mixed bag. I think it just depends on your willpower because it could go either way when you have like the freedom.
For sure, yeah. It's
Mhm.
definitely important to be able to exhibit a level of self-control when you're making these decisions. So yeah, it's definitely a valid point. You know what I mean?
Willpower is the name of the game.
Yeah. Not the name of the episode. I think I know what it's gonna be, but you guys will see later.
Are you not going to tell
Uh,
us?
I want it to be a surprise. I want it to be a
Okay,
surprise.
I'm excited. Like Couscous Fridays is quite good.
Just because Friday, yeah.
Mhm.
That was a good
Yeah.
one.
Mm.
Anything else you guys want to bring up before we wrap up the episode?
I feel like I just want to stall because I don't want it to end yet.
I
Usually I'm
appreciate
quite good
it.
at rambling, but I'm blank right now.
Uh,
Do you guys think
all
I should
good.
shave before tomorrow?
Well, I mean, I don't think you need to
Sorry, I
because
know
it's kind of
anyone watching this like publicly is going to be like, "What
Yeah,
the
drop
fuck?"
drop a comment.
Yeah, please. I'd have
Yo,
made my decision.
on Spotify though, you can actually, at least for my podcast, you can actually put polls for Spotify podcasts. So if you're listening on Spotify, we could make this a poll and like you can vote. Like, should Lotfi shave? Yes or no? We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
That's the question everyone's asking.
Actually, Timmy,
Yeah.
so do you freshly shave every like before work? You know, do you trim
Before
off the goatee?
before Yeah, I mean, so I shave like every week or like every week and a half. You have to also understand that I'm dark and my facial hair is dark, so it's like
I think I understand.
so yeah, exactly. It's not a difficult concept. Y'all are smart people, so I do like
Yeah.
every week and a half. But as of late, I'm trying to see. I was clean shaven during most of the internship, but now I'm trying to see where it can
Mm.
go. So I'm gonna try to change things up. We'll
You
see.
need someone to
Mm.
push you back.
Nah, my barber is nice, bro. My barber never pushes me back. Like
No?
he's tough.
Are you
No,
sure?
never.
That's good.
My hair looking crispy. You guys see that? I see the
Yeah.
fade,
Yeah,
going crazy.
pretty crisp.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Very crispy. I'm a
Well,
fan.
No, I think I told you guys about this in the winter
Yeah.
because I didn't really grow facial hair when we were all in high school, but
What?
but like
I was
I
just
don't
laughing
know.
because Timmy laughed.
It grows. It just doesn't grow like right here. So I have to shave it a lot because it looks weird if I don't.
I see.
So one day,
Mm.
I'm told it's because of my youth, but
Yeah.
it'll fill in one day.
You are young. You're
I'm
you're
19.
19?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. Nice.
I'll turn 21 just before graduation. So
Really?
I'll spend like no time being like legal in the US before
Nuts.
graduation, which breaks a lot of tradition.
So you'll graduate when you're 21?
Yeah, I'll be freshly 21.
I'll graduate just before I turn 21, like the month
Mhm.
before. So technically I'll be 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be 21 right before my senior year, so I have the whole senior year for that. But yeah,
Mhm.
just to become a better scholar and be able to delve into my studies more in my final year of schooling. That was my
Yeah.
plan personally.
I think that sounds like a great plan.
Mhm. Wait, so
Right.
what are your grad school plans, post grad plans?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a good question. I think for me, I definitely want to work straight out of college. I want to make money, build some,
Respect.
What'd you say?
I said respect.
Yeah, I want to, have some money under my belt and, just manage my finances for a bit and also just gain connections and be in the workplace. It's just a great experience. So I'm looking forward to that. And
You're
that's
such a
that's
networker, aren't
guaranteed.
you, Timmy?
I'm such a what?
Networker.
You have to be in this game. That's the
Yeah.
name of the game. It's who you know. So definitely trying to tap in with that. As for grad school, I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't know it depends if I need it or not. If I feel like I need it, then I might look into that in a few years. But if I don't, I'm not gonna force it. I don't see it as something that I necessarily have to do. But if I need to do it, I'll look into it.
You, sir, Lotfi?
I would literally say the exact same. I think I don't know about the US, but in the UK, the kind of unspoken idea is that you do your undergrad degree. If you get a job, you work out. If you don't get a job, you do a master's and you try again. So like, hopefully I'll start working right out of uni would be ideal. Also, I especially think in my domain, like usually only do a master's in law if you want to go into like legal academia. Other than that, you usually just start working straight away, which I think would be preferable for me.
Yeah. Um,
And you, sir?
I'm kind of considering an MBA, because I like project finance. I think it's cool. My dad worked. I mean, he's a civil engineer, and he worked on a few projects in the
Yeah,
UAE.
I remember you would tell us
more.
about some of them.
Well, yeah. I mean, he worked at the airport, expanding the airport, and a few
Which
other,
has not opened yet.
maybe soon.
Yeah.
And a few other things there. And I like what he did, but I'm not that big into engineering. So I think there's lots of opportunities in that field to bring something to the table. I mean, government relations would build on my current experience. I like finance too. Project finance would be cool. Something in development, developing large areas, developing projects. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the World Bank sounds cool long term, but you need a lot of experience to get into it.
Yeah. I actually have a friend of mine who is doing like a 6-month internship in Mexico with the World Bank. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, they do a lot of different stuff. I've been looking at them. I think they're a big employer of Georgetown grads too, which is cool. The State Department also
Who
is.
isn't?
Yeah. And the State Department, Deloitte, and there's one more that might be the World Bank, but don't quote me on it.
What was the second one you said? Sorry, I like the
Deloitte.
sound of that one.
Deloitte,
Oh yes, excellent company. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
Yeah. So I don't know. I need to narrow it down a little bit more, but
Yeah, politics maybe, JD.
that's the thing. A lot of people are asking me because a lot of people will be interns like I am now, and then there's a very clear ladder in the legislative branch of the U.S. government to climb. So you'd be a staff assistant after an intern, which is basically like an intern with more responsibilities and gets paid a little more. And then it splits, so you can go through legislation. It could be legislative aide, legislative assistant, legislative director, or you could go through communications. So you'd be like deputy press secretary, or like some like mid-tier communications job, then communications director, then chief of staff over both, and then the member of Congress is the big boss. So I don't know, a lot of people will try to work their way up to chief, which would not be a bad job, but I don't know if I want to do that because it takes a long time. And if I ever end up in government, I want it to be further down the road.
Yeah, and you want to have some like private sector experience under your belt beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
make up some cash.
That's cool, man. Y'all got some big plans. Y'all are some men with plans. So I'm excited to see where you guys end up and how you guys end up making your decisions. So
likewise, Mr. Swole.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir, Mr. Swole. Very fitting. But this marks the end of the podcast. So thanks for coming on. It's a really fun episode.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us. Very nice to see you guys again. We need to have a casual chat more often. Been a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
maybe another pod soon.
Maybe, yeah. This is our first. What's really cool about this episode is that this is our first video call in a while, like months. So we just started into a podcast, which is kind of cool. Sorry, you want to say something, JD?
No.
Okay. I was just going into promo. Oluswole, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're on TikTok. So, Corvette, helicopter. Thank you guys for listening, and peace.
Peace. Oluswole, baby.